Alright guys, I know it's been a long hiatus, but I told you guys I was going to finish my workout plan videos. I did 3 out of the 4. Now you guys, I'm going to give you guys the final one. I know I've been keeping you guys in suspense for all this time, but I'm going to give you guys the last video of my upper lower body split plan, which is lower body day 2. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first exercise we're going to be talking about today is the Hex Bar Deadlift. So I like doing this exercise because it gives you the same things obviously as a standard bar deadlift, but I just like the way you can I feel like you can control the weight a lot better with the Hex Bar. I like the Hex Bar. I would recommend that you guys try it if you guys haven't, and if you don't like the Hex Bar, let me know in the comments. Tell me which one you like better, the Hex Bar or the standard bar deadlifts. But I like this one because I feel like I can control the weight a lot more. So typically with this exercise, I start off with a warm-up, which is 135, and believe it or not, the Hex Bar, there's no weight discrepancy. It is the same standard weight as the standard bar. So you just put a 45 on each side and you can start off with 135. And whenever you're doing this exercise, you want to make sure you have that slight bend in your knees. You want to make sure that you're bending all the way over, and you can really feel, just like any other exercise, feel that tightness in your muscles whenever you're fully doing the exercise. And then whenever you're coming back up, pull that bar all the way up to about almost waist high. If you can't get it to waist high, then slowly lower it back down. I know that once your hands start to get a little bit calloused over, and whenever you start to get fatigued, you want to drop that bar at the bottom of your set. I know I do it too. I've done it. I think I do it in this set a couple times. But make sure you try to control that weight, and don't try to do too much that you are constantly just dropping the bar at close to the bottom of the exercise. You want to make sure that you can control the weight all the way through the exercise, because it really just shows that you know that you can do that weight perfectly and you can move up once it stops being challenging for you. So making sure that your technique and your form is all good, but also making sure that you maintain control through the exercise. But yeah, I love doing this exercise. That's why I incorporated in this workout plan. I'll probably keep it in my future workout plans. But I definitely think that everybody should try the Hex Bar. If you don't like it, let me know. But yeah, you should definitely put it into your next workout. The next exercise we're going to be talking about is the Barbell Squat. I know the Barbell Squat is a seemingly world-renowned favorite of people to do on leg day. I enjoy doing this exercise, honestly, just because of the muscle group that it works. It pretty much works your entire leg in one exercise. You can literally, if you do your form correctly, you can feel it in every single muscle group in your legs. But also at the same time, there's so many different variations of the squat that you can literally hit every single muscle group in and of itself just doing the barbell or doing a version of the squat. But I focus mainly on the barbell squat just because I like doing the exercise. But whenever you're doing this exercise, you want to make sure that your form is great, is more than great. Because if your form has any sort of, if it's off or you are unbalanced or uneven, then that can cause a knee blowout, or back, or worse things can happen whenever you don't do the barbell squat correctly. Especially if you're doing it without a spotter, like I normally do. But you want to make sure that your form is good. You want to make sure that you have your feet shoulder length apart from each other. You want to make sure you have that bar in the middle of your back. You want to make sure that you are in the center of that bar to where you're not uneven. So like I said, you want to make sure you do that before you really start. I try to, before I even attempt the first squat, to look down, make sure my feet are square, make sure my hands are in the perfect placement, and make sure that I am not shaking or not, about to tip over or anything like that. So you want to make sure those things are perfect. So honestly, I do typically 4 sets, not including the warm-up set, of the barbell squat. I typically try to go up at least 10 pounds every time or every set, and I try to stay within the 10 to 15 rep range. So I'm typically doing roughly, I would like to say, starting off with about 25% of what my max is, 25% of what it is, and then kind of going upwards, and then almost getting to where my max is, but not necessarily the max, because since I'm not using a spotter, I don't want to do my max, because if I can't get it back up, there's really nobody that's going to be able to help me. So I try, whenever I'm just doing it regularly and I'm not trying to max out on it, I try to stay within that 10 to 15 rep range and just try to continuously go up in weight after each set. The next exercise we're going to be talking about is the calf raises. So there's many different variations on how you can do the calf raises. You can use the Smith machine, you can use a barbell, you use a standard calf raise machine, or you can do the sitting calf raises. It just kind of depends on what you have available in your gym or your home gym or wherever you're working out, or it can just depend on what your preferences are, obviously. So I decided to do the Smith machine calf raises because I just wanted to switch it up from the normal calf raise machine that I normally do, or even the sitting calf raises. I kind of want to throw another wrench into my workout plan. So you may not be able to see in the video, but I am standing on a 45-pound plate, and I am just simply touching my heels to the floor slightly and then going back up. You want to make sure, just like in other exercises, you want to make sure you can kind of control that weight and then lightly touch your heels to the ground and then go straight back up so you can feel that tightness in your calf muscles. So you obviously want to keep your knees a little bit bent, and you don't want to lock your knees out, obviously, because you won't, first of all, you won't be able to necessarily feel your calf muscles constricting, and you won't feel that burn in your calf muscles, but also you'll cut off blood flow and you'll pass out. So you don't want to do that, and I know a lot of people have heard not to lock your knees whenever you're standing. Don't lock your knees ever while you're working out, because it can cause horrific injuries beyond the fact of just passing out. So whenever you're doing this exercise, make sure you want to keep your knees slightly bent, but also you want to make sure that you are feeling your heels touch the floor just a little bit and then going back up. So whenever I do this exercise, I do one warm-up exercise of about 15 to 20, and then I do 4 sets of about 20 to 25. So I like doing multiple reps of this exercise because of the fact that it takes me a while for my calf muscles to really feel that burn on pretty much any sort of weight, no matter how much weight I put on there, within reason, of course. It takes me a while for my calves to really feel that burn and for that lactic acid to really build up in my calf muscles. So I typically try to do more reps for this exercise than other exercises that I do. So if you were looking to kind of throw some variation into your calf exercises, I would definitely suggest using the Smith machine, or at least, having the calf raise variation in some way in your workout routine. The last exercise we're going to be talking about today is the hip thrust. So this is a new workout that I've never really done before, and I was super excited to incorporate it in this workout plan just because I want to have that something new in this workout plan that I'd never tried. So with this exercise, you can use a barbell and a bench to do this exercise. You can use 45-pound plates, you can use dumbbells. The motion stays the same no matter what you use or what you have at your disposal. So obviously this workout works your hip joint and your glutes. So whenever you're doing this exercise, you want to drop your hips, and then when you're coming back up, you want to squeeze the glutes and then drop so you want to make sure that you can move that hip joint drop it as low as you can, and then squeeze the glutes at the top of the exercise. And so the point is obviously to strengthen your glutes and to basically work out that hip joint. So with this exercise, I like to get a good warm up in. I'd like to start off with a 25 on each side, if you're doing the machines. It just kind of depends. I personally haven't used the barbell, a dumbbell, or the plates yet, but I would like to try those different variations to see which one I personally like best. But right now I'm using the machine, and so I kind of do one warm-up set, and then I do 3 regular sets of about 12 to 15 reps, because honestly, because I haven't worked out that muscle and that joint so much, it's honestly one of the weaker points. But through doing it these past couple of weeks, it's strengthened it completely, and I can definitely feel myself being able to do more reps. So I end up putting on more weight to kind of keep that balance of 12 to 15 reps on 3 sets. So if you're looking for a good glute workout, and if you don't have one yet, so I would definitely do hip thrusts and put that in your workout routine. Like I said, whatever you have available, dumbbells, barbells, the actual machine, I would say try it and let me know what you think about that exercise. But definitely make sure that you include hip thrusts in your next workout. Alright guys, I know that it took a long while, but hopefully over these last 4 videos you guys have learned something. You guys have learned something about exercises. You guys are excited to start different exercises or workout plans with some of the exercises we've talked about. Make sure you guys let me know if you guys have decided to go with any sort of the exercises that I've gone over in these last 4 videos. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, go back and watch some of them. Go back and watch all 3 of the past videos that I've done over my upper lower body split. I'll continue to make different workout routines, and we'll post them here on YouTube and on my social media. So make sure you guys are following me to see all of those clips, and I will catch you guys in the next video.